come with. Gentlemen of the press, I'm glad to welcome you back from the Christmas and New Year break as we continue our fortnight briefings on the activities of the Armed Forces of Nigeria in this new year 2022. In the last year, the Defense Directorate of Media Operations worked hard to meet its mandate of managing and disseminating credible information on our military operations from the theaters of operation across the country. This was made possible by the joint efforts of the Defense Headquarters, as well as various service headquarters, and of course, you gentlemen of the press, with your full cooperation and support, as well as the entire media community. As we continue our business of keeping the general public abreast with our operational activities, we deem it fit and necessary to jog memories on our achievements throughout the past year and through the unrelenting and committed efforts of the Nigerian military and other security agencies in tackling the security challenges across the country. This will give a better perspective of the cumulative achievements resulting from operational engagements in all the theaters. Against this backdrop, the briefing today will cover a cumulative summary of our achievements between 20th May 2021 and 6th January 2022. That is from when we started our fortnight briefings. Within the time frame in focus, own troops conducted a series of land, maritime, and air operations in the various theaters, involving both kinetic and non-kinetic activities across the country in major and subsidiary operations. Our gallant troops in the front lines executed these operations with utmost zest that resulted in the incapacitation of terrorists, fighting capabilities, and neutralization of scores of terrorists, bandits, and other criminal elements, including their high-profile commanders and amirs. Also, troops rescued kidnapped civilians, as well as repelled and forestalled criminal elements, attacks on civilian populace and own troops. Large numbers of terrorists have continued to surrender to own troops due to overwhelming superior combat power and intelligence activities. Within this period also, troops recovered caches of arms and ammunition, equipment, vehicles, and large numbers of livestock were recovered within the period. In the maritime environment, however resilient and dogged troops, operations disrupted economic saboteurs, smugglers, and immobilized their illegal refining sites, arrested perpetrators, as well as recovered tons of petroleum products, arms, ammunition, vehicles, boats, and other equipment used for illegal bunkering activities. Besides, troops engaged in various non-kinetic activities as strategies for addressing security challenges in the various theaters. Now a look at Operation Hadin Kai. Within the period under review, own troops' operational activities resulted in the neutralization of 950 terrorists, including their high-profile commanders and amirs. Also, a total of 79 terrorists were arrested. 113 kidnapped civilians were rescued by the troops of Operation Hadin Kai within this period. In the same vein, a total of 195 assorted arms, including AK-47 rifles, general-purpose machine guns, PKT guns, and other locally fabricated guns, were recovered from the terrorist elements in the course of the operations. In addition, a total of 2,385 rounds of different calibers of ammunition and various livestock, totaling about 253. A total of 14 gun trucks were destroyed in the course of these operations, while 16 gun trucks were captured by own troops within the period. Furthermore, a total of 24,059 terrorists and their families, comprising 5,326 adult males, 7,550 adult females, and 11,183 children have so far surrendered to armed troops in the northeast. All surrendered elements have been properly profiled and handed over to appropriate authorities for necessary action. Now a look at Operation Hadin Kai. In Operation Hadin Kai, the operational efforts of our troops yielded appreciable results between 20th May 2021 and 6 January 2022. A total of 537 armed bandits and other criminal elements were neutralized in action by own troops, while 374 criminal elements, including armed bandits and their collaborators, as well as armed headsmen and robbers, were arrested. Furthermore, 227 assorted arms, including AK-47 rifles, PKT guns, general-purpose machine guns, and other locally fabricated guns, were recovered. A total of 4,443 rounds of different calibers of ammunition were recovered from the armed bandits, and 3,250 roasted livestock, among other items and vehicles, were recovered within the same period. Similarly, a total of 238 motorcycles, 118 extra magazines were recovered from the bandits, while 452 kidnapped civilians were rescued by own troops in the course of these operations. This is in addition to several other achievements recorded by the air component. Recent among which is an air offensive that was carried out against bandit enclaves at Guzami Forest and West Samre Village in Birnin Magaji local government area of Zamfara State, which led to the neutralization of scores of bandits. This was achieved in the early hours of 3rd January 2022 on the heels of credible intelligence, which revealed the locations of 2 key bandit leaders, the notorious Alhaj Auta and Kachala Ruga. Consequently, a force package of Nigerian Air Force platforms were dispatched to take out the enclave, which resulted in the neutralization of their leaders as well as their cohorts. In addition, several other armed bandits fleeing from the heat of the first strike were killed during the second follow-up strike. No fewer than 100 armed bandits were neutralized in this encounter. Now a look at Operation Safe. Troops of Operation Safe Haven within this period recorded attendant successes in their kinetic operations within the North Central Zone. Some of the operations led to the arrest of a total of 1,771 criminal elements, including armed bandits and armed herdsmen, and livestock rustlers, while 109 armed bandits and other criminal elements were neutralized in action. Also in the operations, a total of 75 kidnapped civilians were rescued, while a total of 1,306 livestock, 108 assorted arms, including AK-47 rifles and other locally produced guns, as well as 493 rounds of different calibers of ammunition, among other items, were recovered in the course of these operations. Moreover, troops carried out various non-kinetic activities in different locations in the theater of Operation Safe Haven to contain security challenges in its area of responsibility. Some of these include organized peace and security meetings with critical stakeholders to discuss and prefer amicable solutions to security concerns, as well as organized sporting activities for youths in order to dissuade them from criminal activities, with consolation prizes attached to the competition. Now a look at Operation Wild Stroke. Between 20th May and 6th January 2022, troops of Operation Wild Stroke operational activities cumulatively resulted in the neutralization of a total of 168 criminal elements, while 127 of them, including migrant armed bandits, were arrested. Also, 118 different types of arms and 381 different calibers of ammunition, as well as 391 livestock, were recovered, while 33 kidnapped civilians were rescued within the period under review. In addition, Operation Wild Stroke within the period held peace and security meetings with community and youth leaders, as well as other security agencies and critical stakeholders as non-kinetic means of tackling security challenges in its area of responsibility. These meetings were geared towards finding lasting solutions to the security challenges in the North Central Zone. Now a look at Operation Thunder. Within this operation, own troops under the period under review engaged in various kinetic operations, which cumulatively resulted in neutralization of 44 armed elements and arrest of 46 other criminal elements. Troops also led to the recovery of 59 assorted arms, 12 extra AK-47 rifles, 113 rounds of 7.62 mm ammunition, and 16 motorcycles, among other items, were recovered in the course of the operations. Additionally, a total of 14 kidnapped civilians were rescued and successfully reunited with their families within the same period. Now let's take a look at Operation Delta Safe. In Operation Delta Safe, troops of the Armed Forces of Nigeria, working in conjunction with other security agencies, recorded remarkable results in their efforts against economic sabotage and sundry crimes in the South-South zone of the country. Within the period under review, troops discovered and immobilized a cumulative total of 145 illegal refining sites, 209 ovens, 122 cooking pots and boilers, 161 cooling systems, 224 reservoirs, 160 dugout pits, and 367 storage tanks in the Niger Delta region. Consequent upon these operations, a total of 12,846,300 liters of illegally refined automotive gas oil, as well as 29,237 barrels and 6,491,000 liters of stolen crude oil were recovered within the period. Similarly, a total of 3,969,000 liters of dual-purpose kerosene, otherwise known as DPK, and 10,200,500 liters of illegally refined premium motor spirit, otherwise known as PMS, were recovered by troops of Operation Delta Safe. Additionally, troops recovered 33 assorted arms, 5,268 rounds of different calibers of ammunition, and 21 AK-47 rifles, while a total of 3,110 bags of 50-kilogram foreign parboiled rice smuggled into the country, 662 pieces of galvanized pipes, 32 tanker trucks, 119 wooden boats used for illegal bunkering activities were impounded and handed to appropriate authorities for disposition. Also, a total of 41 kidnapped victims were rescued, while 77 criminals elements associated with pipeline vandalism, piracy, illegal oil bunkering, and armed robbery were arrested within the period under review. All the arrested criminals and recovered items have been handed over to relevant security agencies for further action. Now a look at Operation. The troops of Operation Awase in the fight against pipeline vandals and economic saboteurs in the Southwest Zone successfully forestalled criminal activities within the period. In the course of operation, troops impounded a total of 1,458,600 liters of illegally refined premium motor spirit, PMS, 9,345 barrels of stolen crude oil, and 355,000 liters of refined automotive gas oil. Additionally, troops recovered a total of 1,594 rounds of ammunition and 114 assaulted rifles within the period. A total of 15 illegal refining sites were immobilized, while 12 boats, 13 trucks, which was engaged in illegal activities, were arrested. In the same vein, within the period, 15 kidnapped civilians were rescued, while 28 criminal elements were arrested. In summary, the Armed Forces of Nigeria from 20 May 2021 to 6 January 2022 neutralized about 1,910 criminal elements, including terrorists, armed bandits, robbers, as well as kidnappers across the country. This is in addition to other terrorists and armed bandits killed during airstrikes within the period. Troops rescued a total of 729 kidnapped victims across the country. Furthermore, within the period in focus, troops made a cumulative total recoveries of 13,201,300 liters of illegally refined automotive gas oil and 3,969,000 liters of dual-purpose kerosene. Also, 38,582 barrels and 6,491,000 liters of stolen crude oil, as well as 11,659,500 liters of illegal refined premium motor spirit were recovered and handed over to appropriate security agencies for further action. Additionally, a total of 912 criminal elements were arrested, while large caches of arms and ammunition, as well as livestock, among other items of economic security concerns, were recovered by the troops within the same period. Gentlemen of the press, gleaning from the available information as I've just presented to you, there is no gainsaying that our operational performance for the year 2021 shows our commitment to ensure peace is restored in the country. It shows the synergy between the Nigerian military and other security agencies is succeeding in tackling the security challenges facing the country. We will continue to sustain the offensive and will not relent until peace is restored to every trouble zone in the country. The general public is, however, assured of our commitment to protect lives and property, as well as our economic assets anywhere, with renewed vigor this year. The Military High Command continues to thank the general public and members of the press for your continued support in our quest to maintain peace in the country, and further solicits everyone's cooperation towards providing credible and timely information that will facilitate our proactive engagement in all our operations. The Military High Command also commends all the gallant troops of the armed forces and personnel of other security agencies involved in various operations across the country for their resilience, doggedness, and commitment. Troops are further encouraged to remain resolute and decisive.
My question is that when are we going to watch these two stars?
Thanks for checking out SYMFONI on YouTube. Please be sure to subscribe and like our videos for updates.